Hello guys, it's Craig from Fix It Fellows, and as you can see I am once again in my lovely garage. But what am I doing in here today? Well, I am dealing with this. What's in the box? So let's peel this back, concertina this back, and this is a hair trimmer. Okay, this is no ordinary hair trimmer, this is a vintage hair trimmer. And to show you how vintage this is, if we pull out this tray, what do we have in here but one of these? Some of you out there won't even know what that is. A VHS cassette, no less. How to teach you to butcher your own hair. So that kind of dates this trimmer. I suspect this is from the very early 90s. Is there anything on here that actually gives a date? No, nothing in particular. What I would say is that I still use it. I still use it all the time because I cut my own barnet. Anyway, so look, the thing still works, but the batteries are getting weak. It only works if I keep the charger on it, and it don't really hold a charge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up and I am going to put some new batteries in it and give it another lease of life, hopefully for another 30 years. Right, so let's set about opening this up. So first of all, let's take off this plate here. Just out of interest, look, in there is a little DC motor with a off-centered attachment on it, and when you turn it on, it spins round. So that little protrusion ends up moving side to side. It interacts with that bit there, and that's what causes your ceramic cutting plate to move side to side and cut. Very simple. So fundamentally all that is a little DC motor, cutting blades, and a battery and a switch. Nothing more, nothing else. Right, now there's a screw underneath this little cap here, and that looks a right pain to get out. So I'm not going to muck around anymore trying to get out. I am just going to drill a little hole into the cap. Like that. Then take a screw. I'm not sure this one's going to be the right size. Let's find something a bit smaller. Take a little screw and then pull the cap out. See, now we can get to the screw. Right, now then, let's get that screw out. That should come. There we go. There's the screw out. And now it's most likely a series of clips all the way around the edge. So it's just going to be a case of trying to prise this open. Right. Yeah, so it prizes open. That's that side. And off it comes. So the back is just that chromed bit of plastic. And there we go. One DC motor, one little circuit board with the switch on it, power jack there, so the power goes in. Looks like the positive goes off directly to the top of that cell. These are, what are they, double A's? Are they double A's? Yeah, double A's. Two double A's. They seem to be bonded together somehow. The motor directly attached to that cell, and then the negative side of the motor goes to this board, and then it looks like eventually the board goes to the end of the cell. So anyway, all we've got to do is take out this cell, detach the power leads, put some new cells in there, and we should all be good. So I've ordered some replacement batteries. There we go. Couple of 9mm cells. Apparently they're 2600 milliamps each, 1.2 volts. And from what I could see, these old cells, these 32-year-old cells, are 800 milliamps, so they should be an improvement. Right, okay, so got to attach these two cells together. So that's the positive end of that cell, that's the negative end of that cell. We want the tabs to be kind of facing upwards. So I'm just going to stick a bit of tape across the two of them like that. And another bit of tape. Right, here we go, hot glue gun. Let's run a bead of hot glue down there, stick these together. Okay, now spin it over, take the tape off from that side, and we might as well put a little bead down there as well. Okay, so positive, negative, we want to join this positive and negative together, so let's pull off these covers. In an ideal world, I would spot weld these two cells together, but I think I'm just going to solder them. That should do it. Okay, so now when I put my voltmeters across these two cells, we should have 2.4 volts. So if we measure the individual cells, so like an individual cell coming at 1.26 volts, and that, there you go, 1.26 volts. I haven't swapped the polarity around, 1.26 volts. But now, having made the connection there, when we measure at this end, there we go, 2.52 volts. So now all that remains to be done is to fit that into there. So just out of interest, let's look at the old cells. Let's try that one first. Okay, so that's reading 1.12 volts. And this one, that's not so bad, 1.2 volts. So one of these cells is less healthy than the other, and they don't hold a charge. So anyway, let's get them out of there. So let's disconnect this connection. Right, the solder's melted, but it don't want to come off. Why is that? Come on, come out. There, oh, there we go. So what it actually done, it actually passed through the tab straight onto the motor. I'm not sure we'll be able to recreate that exactly, but we will do the equivalent of. Okay, and then this connection here. There we go. So now the cell should just lift out. There we are. So they've just got a bit of insulation rubber foam across the back to stop them rattling around in there. So now you can see they're side by side. Early 1990s, New 2023. What are these? Yeah, Sanyo cells. Is that 800 or 600? 600. Okay, well, hopefully these should be a big improvement. Okay, so there's the two cells placed in there. I've just bent that tab over there. That's the connecting tab. Now I am going to deal with the negative terminal that connects to the PCB. Let's pull off the insulation off the tab. The tab has got a little hole in it, so I should be able to push through this wire to some degree. Push that through. Worst case scenario, I have to use a new bit of wire. No, failing that, I'm just going to have to tin it and solder it direct. There we go. Okay, that's that connected to there. Right, all that's left to do is connect this yellow wire, which is in effect the positive wire, to that end of the cell and also to the motor there. Right, so originally this wire passed through the tab and then to the motor, but because this wire has been tinned during the soldering process, I can't get it through that hole. The chances of me drilling a hole through that tab and not tearing that tab to pieces are very slim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder this wire directly to the motor and then try and solder the tab to that bit of exposed wire. So let's put a bit more solder on the end of this wire. There we go, and then let's get in there and solder that to the motor terminal. Get that tab out of the way for the moment. Okay, so that's that attached to there. And now we just need to attach this tab to that wire. Okay, so let's get a bit more solder onto that wire. Okay, let's tin that tab. Let's try and solder that and that together. There we go, I think that's done. Arguably not the prettiest thing in the world, but there we have it. Right, so now then, proof is if I put this switch on, does the motor spin? It does indeed. Also, I'm going to try putting in the power jack in there and see whether it charges. Red lights come on. Right, let's see if I can put it back together. Okay, so LED's a little bit tricky. Right, all clipped back together. Switches on and off. LED's where it's meant to be. Does the LED still come on? Yes. Screw it back together. Little cap can go back in there. Right, then the ceramic cutter goes back in like so. The metal plate goes on like that with the two screws in there. Let's get that one on its way. Right, let's get it on charge. Well, there you go, guys. There are my 30-year-old pair of Remmington hair trimmers fixed. New AA rechargeable batteries gone in there. They're nickel metal hydrates. I got them off AliExpress. They were £3.13 delivered, come inside 11 days. Will I get another 30 years out of this set of clippers? Who knows? Will I even have hair in 30 years' time? Unlikely. Certainly will be a lot greyer than it already is. But there you go, another little fix done. Thanks once again for watching. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Check out some of my other videos if you've got some time to kill. See you again soon. Thanks a lot.